Hello and welcome to Too Fast, Too Forever. There's all kinds of family. We chose this one. This is episode 383. Once again, Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid. We're going to talk about it until Joe likes the movie. Just kidding. It's Life in the Fast Lane number 36. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe, too.
I do like that there's like a whole like discourse on the Discord. You know, the right place for it. It's just like, what is going on here?
I don't know. I don't know.
People saying, it makes sense. People saying, what? People saying, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know.
It's fine. It's a 50-year-old movie. 55-year-old movie.
Exactly. It's nearly as old as Mike Manzi.
Oh, the resident historian himself. But here we are talking about Life in the Fast Lane number 36. We're covering Tokyo Drift minute number 2. Let's get right into it. I'm not, once again, second time in a row, not going to put the audio in because it's just a minute of DJ Shadow.
Yeah, and we don't want flagged.
We don't want to be flagged. So here's what happens in this minute. I wrote down so much plot and overview because, like, there's nothing else for me to really write about in here.
You even gave me some help there. I like that too. Thank you, brother. But I
so it's just like I was also doing it while I was on the Zoom. I'm just like, I got time because what's also nice is that there's no sound cues to listen to. It's just visuals, so you can just listen to music and do it, or do it on Zoom or whatever. So minute 2 of Tokyo Drift. Sean continues to get wanded down by security. He looks over at the school mascot, who was receiving the same treatment. They smile at each other. Dozens of other students stream by, having passed security, not getting flagged. We zoom out to see that the scene is being captured in a security monitor marked Main Entrance Number 1. We see that there are at least 15 different security cameras being monitored. We then cut to a class where we see Sean doodling in a notebook next to an open textbook. It's math class. His teacher is writing a bunch of variables and the numbers on the whiteboard. It's Monday. We cut to lunch, where Sean is carrying a tray of fast food. He and we see a pep rally for duck football.
I don't think it's Monday. No, she writes Monday on the board, but canonically, Joey, that would mean it's Friday, which is high school football day, which would be why they're wearing all their jerseys, which would be why there's a pep rally, and she's saying due for Monday on the board. Do you like my logic?
Or is it just 6 days?
I think everything is, if you try hard enough and believe in yourself, everything is 6 days. But I think today is Friday.
Or today is Monday.
Yeah, today is the 5th. Your mom said today was Monday.
We cut to lunch where Sean is carrying the tray of food, blah, 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 blah. Bunch of high school football players and fans of the team rally around a stuffed Indian hung in effigy. One player, whom we will soon learn more about, smashes the stuffed Indian with a stick, spilling its blood, in this case candy, across the ground. Sean smirks. Cheerleaders cheer, and Clay roars as the minute ends.
Who's Clay?
Clay is Zachary Ty Bryan.
Oh, okay, that's his name. I don't think we ever know the name. I never knew his name.
I think she says one time.
Come on, Clay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now that you say that, sure.
So a couple things. Number one, Sean. Okay, look. The joke about this movie is that he's like a 45-year-old man as a high school student. But has any high schooler ever dressed like him in those pants, in those shoes?
I didn't really pay attention to his wardrobe. Is it that bad? Can you show me a picture, please?
It's just like 30-year-old guy. It's not bad. It's just like, this is not high schooler.
I think all the fucking Zoomers dress like 30-year-olds now. Anyways.
I mean, this is like pretty dad.
It's labor-coded.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to work in the mines.
Yeah.
I got a pail.
But the messenger bag is definitely throwing it off wildly.
But like the shoes are like workman
it's utilitarian boots. He's like, but we know that he likes cars, so maybe he does like part-time at a garage somewhere or something like that, and he goes before school and just wears his shop clothes to school.
We see that there are at least 4 security guards at the school, 2 on each metal detector, which I guess makes sense. 2 other things though, and here's conversations, or real discussion questions here.
Okay.
On the whiteboard in math class, she writes quadratic function. And I Googled, at what age do you learn the quadratic function? And Google says between 13 and 15 years old.
Right around 8th grade, right?
Yeah, like 8th grade, freshman year, right around that ballpark.
Okay.
Is Sean in remedial math?
I think I would guess yes.
Today is the 6th. Today is the 7th.
Oh.
He doesn't know numbers. Today is the 8th. Today is the 9th. Sean's just saying numbers.
But is he, what year is he's supposed to be a senior in this? What do we think
he has a driver's license.
So he's at least 16.
So I would say at least sophomore, if not junior. If not
bare
possibly
minimum.
Senior.
Yeah. It's most likely junior or senior.
Yeah. And he's learning about the quadratic function.
Yeah, this is like basic. It was your first day of algebra class on the board. Because it was like x equal, like, I have the equations. I wrote them all down. So they're in the
like, it's
document
also, like, it's funny to see, like, her being like, this is what it means. Like, 3 to the cube. It's like 3 times 3 times 3. It's like, we know, like, you don't, okay. It's like very basic math.
That's what I said. It's like the first day of algebra class. Because it's like x equals 3, 4x squared is what? And then she, like, I didn't write out every step of the functions. I just wrote out, like, the equation and then what she writes at the end. Because I was like, I'm not working out algebra in the document for you guys. I hope and pray that you either could do it yourself or you can learn it yourself. Either way.
Like, look, this is not nearly as interesting. However, we are 2 minutes in, and we may have already found a version of this movie's Lance Barnaby.
Which is what?
Just a thing in the background that no one's supposed to look at.
Algebra?
But someone had to write a full whiteboard of stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
For a 2-second shot in the movie that they speed through.
Millisecond. Yeah.
Because, again, this is the same thing, like, in the first minute. It's like, fast forward, slow down. Fast forward, slow down, right?
Yep.
So
yeah.
No one's looking at the whiteboard. They're like, oh, it's math. Oh, Sean's just, like, fucking off in class.
Yes.
But we're like,
is he in remedial math?
Yeah.
I think I would if I had to bet Joey, I would say yes. I would say that not because of his abilities, but because of his
work ethic
and desire, that there's a strong possibility that Sean's just like, I don't do my homework ever. You know, and you're just like, okay, cool. So, like, then he's in remedial math, and he just doesn't care there either.
So here's my other question to you, unrelated to that entirely.
Yes.
We just spent 2 movies with Paul Walker as Brian O'Connor.
Yes, we did.
We have Sean Boswell, who, like, generically speaking, white guy, medium build, sort of...
light eyes.
Sort of Paul Walker. Not really, but kind of.
Yes, yeah.
Zachary Ty Bryan, very Bryan-coded.
He's
wavy
the most
blonde
Brian.
hair.
Yeah.
Sort of a bro.
Blue eyes.
Is there, like, meta commentary, like, you think this guy's going to be the hero, but he's actually a douchebag? Like, I'm wondering...
No.
Again, because there's nothing else to look at here.
No, because they're selling us...
Are they saying anything about
They
this?
are. They're saying 100% that, like, Sean Boswell is going to be our main character because he's kind of on the edge.
We're no longer following the pretty blonde.
I think there's a handoff, yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, you know what? And also just because, like, of, like, the personality of this movie, right? Of these movies, that if you're, like, the kid in high school that just wants to play with cars, you're most likely not the kid who's the star of the football team who is rich, who is that kid anyways. So, like, the audience is obviously going to gravitate more towards Sean than they would ever gravitate towards Zachary Ty Bryan.
And we don't really have that kind of character in the first... I mean, like, Jesse would be kind of like an outsider, but we don't really follow him. We don't get a chance to, like, choose him over Brian. Like,
Zachary Ty Bryan is Johnny Tran, right? Like, that's who you would have to... That would be the comp, and Johnny Tran is a muscly douche bro.
Yeah,
but I'm
just saying, like, visually, like, you think this is the hero, like a guy who, like, looks like the guy of the first 2 movies, but no, he's not. He's actually the bad guy.
I don't think there's actually commentary on that, but I just think that it plays into it. I can see what you're saying.
I don't think they thought about any of this.
Oh, yeah,
true. I'm just saying...
True.
If we're trying to read into it. I wrote down some in the minute document, which you can get. I actually need to link these in the Patreon pin post, but there's info about Sean's outfit, the school mascot, big purple duck. Kind of looks like a penguin.
Fighting. So I figured it out from last minute. It didn't say Vikings. It said fighting ducks. Oh. That's the, like, letters that I caught a piece of.
Got it.
So I went up, changed that. They are the fighting ducks on their jerseys or something. I saw it somewhere.
So what did you notice? I know that you wrote down a lot of things on the chalkboard and the...
I wrote down all the equations.
But anything interesting that you saw?
Something I wanted to talk to you about is one of the security monitors is named Marcus Zone Area 1.
Okay.
I would like to vote for that as our possible title.
Well, okay, so just keep in mind, we need a minute title and we also need an episode title. That could be either.
Why did we need both? What? To remind
because
me?
we need an episode title which like could be from anything. We need a minute title that has to like do with this minute, and then we can either use that for the episode name. Or...
I vote this is in contention off the rip at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What is the
all
Marcus?
The ones are normal. They're all normal. The other ones.
It's gymnasium, parking area 3, exterior library, like all the normal shit. But then you have Marcus Zone Area 1. What is that?
It's the Marcus Zone.
Get ready for them. If my name was Marcus, I'd have been so happy seeing that. Like, you're about to enter the Marcus Zone. So that was dumb. I wrote down all the equations on the board. I wrote down all of the pep rally signs that I could see, including one that said "Scalp the Indians," which I don't know if we would use that anymore, but interesting choice.
You know.
I specifically want to talk to you about Sean Boswell's McDonald's order.
It's a lot. It looks like a lot of food, especially for a lunchtime.
Yes, we previously talked about this before. Wes had wrote in about me being confused that there was a McDonald's at the high school. We've talked about this because I only had like kind of Cisco brand food, like whatever.
Because he's not going out. Like there were McDonald's near my high school, but like he's got it on like a school lunch tray. Like he bought it at the school.
Yes, there is a McDonald's being housed inside this school. Yep. That he's stopping for lunch. You didn't have this, right? You talked about this too.
No.
You had like school cafeteria.
Yeah, we just had like shitty food. Yeah.
Yeah, like they obviously had like pizza and burgers and like dumb shit.
Yeah.
But it was like the shitty cafeteria lunch version.
Like Sodexo or whatever. Like who serves like schools.
I said
and
Cisco.
prisons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this company. So he has fries, soda, a large burger, which I'm going to assume is a Big Mac.
It's also like that's a very well wrapped tall burger.
It's very tall. Yes, abnormally tall. And then a man of class, Sean Boswell adds just a fillet of fish.
You know,
you never know if you need it or not. I've never eaten a fillet of fish before. Could never bring myself to.
I don't want a tartar sauce.
No, I like tartar a lot. I like tartar a ton, but like not from McDonald's.
No.
I don't trust fish from that kind of place, so I've never eaten a fillet of fish, but he did.
Yeah, I don't. I'm steering away. It's a big lunch, though.
It is a big lunch. So that was most of the things that I saw this minute. Lots of notes on shit that's on the screen. Oh, there's 2 different kinds of metal detector wands. Each security guard is using a different version of them. I couldn't tell which either of them were, but they have like a really classic one like you would see that you imagine, like the black one that's like at any sporting event.
Yep.
And then he has like some weird gray one that's like way wider. Doesn't make any sense. Sean's getting the gray one. Don't know what that means. Whatever. Can't figure out what they are. Not labeled. So those are my thoughts. I kind of like your question.
Well, so the question is kind of a continuation of the first minute's question, which was Sean attends Oro Valley High School. What are their school colors? Purple and gold. We have here, though, because this is something that we were talking about last minute, and we have it again here. What's the school mascot? So we have ducks, which is the right answer.
I think you should add Vikings because I said Vikings and they're purple.
Because I added here Trojans because you said that last episode. We got the Indians who they're playing, and we also got ducks. So ducks, Indians, Trojans, Vikings.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Although they're the fighting ducks, is it fair to just say ducks?
I think just saying ducks is fine.
Okay.
Because then, unless we want to do like fighting ducks, rage and Indian, I think it's just fine. The ducks.
Okay, cool. I think that's a legal move too, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be unfair to people taking the quiz.
I appreciate it. Minute 2, Marcus Zone Area number 1.
That's such a
what
great.
Is the
that's such a
school
great
mascot
title.
for Oro Valley High School? The answer is ducks.
Fighting ducks, to be specific. But we're in the Marcus Zone now.
2 questions, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 questions. Pretty good.
We're starting out on a big sports tear here.
Mm-hmm.
High school sports of high schools that don't exist in real life.
I mean, it's weird when there's nothing to look at. Or okay, so there's
so much to look at.
I mean, there's so much to look at, but there's no characterization. Like it's all just inference stuff. There's no dialogue yet.
Yep.
Like nothing plot wise has actually happened yet.
Make a guess on how many more minutes do you think we get of this? At least 2.
No, I don't think it needs.
We haven't even airbrush painted the chubby kid's stomach.
There's so much though, man. I don't know. You think
I'm
we're gonna have more than 1 full minute more of the song with nothing else?
I think at least 2.
So like in the 4th minute, we will get dialogue.
No, maybe not even.
Maybe
not till the 5th minute. I have no idea. But we'll
find out.
We have at least another minute of this, I think. Because I thought that this is like only a minute long total, and now that we're into the second one and we haven't seen the airbrushing yet,
yeah,
I'm thinking we got some time.
Because we've had 90 seconds of 6 days so far, because it started 30 seconds in the first one. We have a full minute here. Gonna keep going.
Yeah. And it's a 6-minute song, too.
Well, we don't get 6 minutes of that, I don't think.
I know we don't, but I'm saying, because we start in kind of the middle of this, but even still, we got time, like, we got song left.
Nothing but.
That's what I'm saying.
Joe, on the streets, news about the Fast and Furious. Have you seen anything in the last 2 weeks? Now we're back to every 2 weeks, so this is...
Reaction Rocket has been posting that Vin posted a picture, like, in the past couple days that was cars from the Fast and the Furious, and Randy, and I were talking mildly, somebody else too, I forgot, if I left you out, I'm sorry. We were talking about where these pictures are from, and is he concurrently working on Fast X? Because we were like, we think that he's working on Riddick. He's been posting all the Riddick pictures, but didn't like a while ago he was like on set of Fast 11 or something, like with cars. Do you vaguely remember this? That like on his Insta he was like, look at the cars, like we're back, baby. And it wasn't Riddick. It was like cars for Fast and the Furious. So I don't know if these pictures are new or not, but Vin posted pictures of cars that could possibly be in Fast 11.
I'm looking back at the Instagram now. He posted 19 weeks ago, we're on our way, ... and it's like a long haul flatbed trucker toting like 3 Mustangs.
Okay, cool. It's 3 Mustangs. Let me see,
it's like 3,
see if it matches the picture in Twitter right now that Reaction Rocket posted. Is it similar or different?
No, the one that Rocket just posted was the most recent.
Camaro,
it was the most recent one that Vin just posted on Instagram this week that Rachel texted us saying happy creative.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But no, if you look here,
it's a different picture than this. It's not one of these cars.
Well, we had a video. Like if you look here, this is what he posted, a couple months ago. It was these cars.
Yeah.
Which is different because the most recent one, this is what Rocket posted. And this was posted yesterday as we're recording this.
Yes, and this Plymouth is actually kind of a clue because it looks very similar to the Plymouth that Dante has at some point in Fast X. So, so these are okay. So there we go. We did a little bit of research for you guys. They're different than the cars that I remembered, and probably from Fast X or 11, Fast X2
:11.
11.
What else have you seen? Anything?
That's all I can remember for now.
So we have in theaters currently Red One, which I assumed was going straight to Prime, but isn't theaters.
I thought it was a Netflix movie.
No, it's a Prime movie.
Okay.
But I thought it was going to be straight to
directly
Prime.
on Prime. Yeah, so did I.
But no, it's in theaters. It's not doing very well. There's a handful of stories, but I'm assuming, though I don't know. So our tentative plan is to cover this next month for our Christmas episode.
I thought so. Yeah.
I'm not seeing it in theaters. I'm not even using MoviePass to see this in theaters. But,
that's how you're feeling.
Although friend of the show Melissa Lineup said surprisingly fun, even though her husband was just like, it's mid. I'm like, it looks bad. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
We're still going to cover it. We have a backup
in
case it's not even on premium video on demand or whatever. But if you want to go see it, our plan is to watch it next month for Christmas, cover it as our Christmas episode on here.
Yes.
We have a backup in case that doesn't happen. But from Walt's Newsletter today, we're also recording this a little bit early because we're doing a bonus episode with Brian on our normal time. So we're like, it's a little bit early, but we still have the results from the weekend in. So Red One cost $250 million. This is from past guest of the show, Walt Hickey's Numlock News. Made $34.1 million domestically and overseas $50 million. Numbers that Walt writes ordinarily would be bracing for studio, but in this case, it's just Amazon going for spin in cinemas ahead of adding the sucker to Prime, so whatever.
How much did you say it cost?
$250 million.
And it made 100. 80.
It made 84.
So it's doing great.
Not really. You want to see a bigger number. It made 34 in the U.S. and made 84 worldwide. So
do you know what's the most telling thing to me, Joey?
What?
That they released this Christmas movie 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Walt said, and I don't know if this is sarcasm or not, but he said this is the first major release Christmas movie to be released in theaters since before COVID.
Oh, that's
it was like a Grinch movie in 2018 or 2019, but since then.
Oh yeah, the Tyler the Creator Grinch, the animated one.
Tyler the Creator Grinch?
Yeah. He did like all the music for it. Don't you remember the like remix Grinch? It's fire.
Okay.
Like the song is good. It's like a really like Tyler the Creator version of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," and like he did like the soundtrack for it or something. He at least did the title song.
Okay.
It's good. Go listen to it if you haven't. It's actually pretty fun.
So I mean, like 2020 makes sense, and in 2021 there was not really anything. Like even 22 was kind of limited. So like, I guess there's no major. And plus now, like so many Christmas movies are just like Netflix or Lifetime or Hallmark or Prime
100%,
fodder,
yeah.
right? But like, so anyway, there's a whole bunch of other news stories about Red One. A lot of Dwayne Johnson doing press for this movie, apparently to little
I haven't
success.
seen any of it, which is weird as well, because normally, like, you know, if I'm watching, well, I guess I've been watching a lot more Good Morning Football than, but oh wait, who was promoting it? Somebody on football, like, oh, the Thursday Night Football game last week.
Oh,
it's on Amazon.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, I was just like, I did see the promo for it somewhere on Prime. There you go.
Vertical integration, baby.
Yeah.
Variety last week, Dwayne Johnson watched Oppenheimer in Christopher Nolan's IMAX seat and thought, holy shit. This technology for Red One is, quote, game over.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. That's just
What does that even mean?
He said, naturally, Johnson thought if Red One utilized the same IMAX technology, it would be, quote, game over. Quote, with Red One, our intention was to make a movie that you can enjoy on the biggest screen possible. Legitimately, the biggest screens possible are IMAX. I was midway through shooting Red One. Shooting? I guess he's shooting, but he's not shooting. He's acting. And I had an opportunity to see Oppenheimer. I watched in the IMAX theater where Christopher Nolan watches and screens his movies, him and Emma Thomas, his wife. I even asked to let me sit where Chris sits. They said, quote, Chris sits here. I wish that I was making this up. That's verbatim from Variety. Johnson
Incredible.
continued, quote, I watched Oppenheimer. It was amazing, but I was thinking, holy shit. Red One on the screen, and with this technology, could be game over. I remember texting director Jake Kasdan a picture of my bare chest.
What?
A picture of the screen.
What?
And we realized how cool IMAX would be.
How did The Rock discover IMAX 2 years ago?
I also like that he's just like watching, like, look, my thoughts on Oppenheimer are well known. I don't love that movie, but I just like that he's watching and being like, yeah, whatever. But like my movie, my shit, my bare chest, game over.
I like the Tommy Wiseau of it all for him to be like, we were shooting Red One and I was just like, wait, but what if we use another camera and start from scratch?
Variety goes on to say, unfortunately, it does not appear Red One is turning into an IMAX-sized event like Oppenheimer. The Nolan-directed epic earned, they said World War II epic. Oh, yeah, it is. I guess it is, yeah. I was just thinking about, like, Dunkirk, but, yeah, wow. Guy loves that war.
He does love that war.
Earned nearly $1 billion at the worldwide box office and picked up Oscars, blah, blah, blah. Red One, meanwhile, cost a reported $250 million to make and only earned $26 million in its launch at the international box office. Don't know what that number is anyway. The movie opens in U.S. theaters on November. Oh, it was open earlier internationally, so that's 84. Okay, not great. Red One has also been widely panned, with Variety's Owen Gleiberman writing in his review, quote, I'm not sure that a Hollywood movie has ever kicked off the season with less true Christmas spirit.
Wow.
Directed with charmless energy by Jake Kasdan, Red One is at once an action movie, a kidnap rescue thriller in which the doors to supply closets and toy stores are mystic portals, and an exercise in Christmas world building.
Which one did we watch with Goldie Hawn?
Oh, the Christmas Chronicles and the Christmas Chronicles Part 2.
That's right.
But those are straight to Netflix. Like, those you know what you're getting. Those also didn't cost $250 million.
Isn't it kind of, we talk about this a lot, and not to like get back into that thing, but isn't it kind of amazing they gave The Rock $250 million to make a really shitty Christmas movie, and like people have real IDs and they're like, yeah, I couldn't get the budget of like $5 million to make this film.
Well, that's why, like, we've talked about, like, I was talking to Bob about this, like, years ago when Netflix was like, yo, Chappelle, here's $60 million for a comedy special. Bob's like, you should give 240 comedians $250,000 each. Let them pay their rent, and you'll get, like, 10 amazing specials. And even if the other 230 are terrible, you'll have 10 amazing specials.
You'll get 10 that are just fire.
As opposed to one Chappelle that's not very good, but is watched by a bunch of people who pretend it's good because that's still Chappelle.
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm with you guys 100%. I was just saying, The Rock got $250 million to make a Christmas movie where toy store doors are portals.
Two other things about The Rock on Variety, speaking of. Dwayne Johnson says controversy over set behavior is, quote, bullshit, but admits to peeing in bottles and being late to filming, quote, yeah,
we're still happens. On the peeing in bottle shit?
Again, I guess people asked him about it.
Okay.
So he talked to GQ. He's got a GQ magazine cover story. He said, yeah, that happens, but not that amount, by the way. That was a bananas amount. That's crazy. Ridiculous.
What is he amount of what? Peeing in bottles or fighting on set?
No, being 8 hours late to set. He's like, yeah, I'm late, but I'm not 8 hours late.
Okay.
The Wrap also reported that Johnson made it a habit on his movies of peeing in water bottles when he wasn't near his trailer to not waste time by going to the public restroom. He admitted, quote, yeah, that happens. I've said it 1,000 times. Hey, I'm here. Come and ask me. I'll tell you the truth. But even though he's sometimes late to set and pees in bottles, he called the overall controversy, quote, bullshit. Red One director Jake Kasdan and co-star Chris Evans would appear to agree and defended the co-star, quote, Dwayne never missed a day of work ever, Kasdan told GQ. He has a lot going on. He can be late sometimes, but such is Hollywood, and that's the case with everybody. Honestly, I've made 3 big movies with him. I've never seen him be anything but great to every single person on the set. Evans echoed a quote saying, quote, in terms of the guy that I saw compared to some of the other things I've seen in other movies with other actors who are not only not conscious of other people's time and efforts, but they're unpredictable, I found Dwayne to be, we all know exactly what he's going to do when he's going to do it.
He's saying, hey, at least he doesn't have a cocaine habit.
They're all like, look,
it could be work. We work with some junkies before.
Yeah.
There's some guys that do blow and like are very sporadic. At least Dwayne Johnson's just exercising, taking Instagram videos, and just is late.
Cheat day. Dwayne Johnson told his agents after Scorpion King that, quote, I could be bigger than Will Smith or George Clooney. They doubted him, so he got new agents.
Okay.
This is also in the same GQ cover story, but another separate story on Variety. Quote, he surveyed the landscape, noted who was at the top of it. He went to his agents and said, despite whatever recent setbacks he'd experienced, he had an idea or an ambition. He wanted to have the career of George Clooney or Will Smith, but bigger, perhaps, or better. When his agent seemed skeptical, he found new agents.
That got him $250 million to make a Christmas movie. Good job on you.
Yep. All right, that's enough Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
They are re-releasing Willow in 4K, or they're remastering Willow in 4K. So shout out to us for doing that, making that happen.
Oh, nice. Good for us, yeah.
Natalie Emmanuel Ramsey was in the Criterion Closet.
I saw that. Very fun.
Jason
Rainey was asking, is she the first actor from the Fast and the Furious films that is in the Criterion Closet? And I wanted to ask you because I thought maybe you would know.
They had a lot of people in there. I don't know. Maybe you would think that they would let Vin in and he'd be like, oh, Godard. Or whatever.
No, he would be like, what is it? Face multifacial.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, he would reference French filmmakers and be like,
I think he would immediately gravitate to his own films.
No, I'm just saying, he would immediately compare his stuff to the best.
I think so too. Yes. I agree with that, but I think he would be like, yes, this reminds me of my film, and look, here's a film that I'm in.
Yep.
I'm gonna, yeah.
I don't know that any of Vin's movies are in the Criterion Closet though.
Multifacial, Joey.
It's not
Saving Private Ryan.
No.
That would be my main guess. Otherwise, I don't fucking know.
I don't think any of them are in there.
I don't think any of them are in there either. That's what I mean.
They have The Rock in there, not Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, but The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Gal Gadot's going to star in a Kevin MacDonald directed thriller, The Runner. She's still working. I don't know who Kevin MacDonald is. Jordana Brewster doesn't like how she played Mia in one Fast and Furious movie. Do you know which movie she does not like her performance?
Oh, no, I don't. Which one is it?
The fourth one. In an interview with Coming Soon to promote her new thriller, Cellar Door, Brewster explained how she doesn't believe she played Mia with enough grit in the fourth movie, which reunited her with Paul Walker and Dominic Toretto. CBR, why would you say Paul Walker and Dominic Toretto? That's Joe's language, with actor and character.
But if I was writing for a thing, I wouldn't have used character name and actor
crazy.
Name. I would never have done that. I'm smarter than that. In talking, yes.
Quote, when I came back, I was so excited and so happy, and it's just this gift that kept on giving because now we're at 10, but I recently watched 1, 4, and 5, and Mia had this grittiness that in the original that I didn't have come back till 5. So I kind of felt like I shit the bed in 4, and I regret it. I wish I could time travel and redo that one, but yeah, it's pretty awesome that it's such a big part of people's lives. I mean, that scene where she says, you ever think you're the bad guy?
It's a good scene. But you're right, she is kind of softer in that. But I mean,
what can you do?
Nobody else besides you feels upset about your performance in Fast 4.
What can you do?
Yes.
One other thing, I can't believe I forgot to do this. I posted this on Twitter. We didn't really talk about the Fast and Furious Cookbook that I got.
Oh yes, please. I want to tell me all about it. Can we read through it?
Fast and Furious, the official cookbook. I ordered this last summer. Got delayed like 3 times. It finally came out about a month or 2 ago.
Show me the index. I want to pick a recipe to look at.
So we have contents. I'll hold it up, but there are different categories. There's Toretto's Market and Cafe Staples.
Okay.
Hit the Road, For the Cookout, Nas Boost, Across the Globe, and then there's like a introduction afterward, all sorts of different stuff. But there's probably like 50 recipes.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Cool.
Which of those headers do you want? Toretto's Market and Cafe Staples, Hit the Road, For the Cookout, Nas Boost, Across the Globe.
Oh, Hit the Road. There's another breakfast. What is Nas Boost? Shifting into gear, homemade granola. Oh. Pick something that you find interesting from Across the Globe or For the Cookout.
Well, I looked at, there is a tuna sando no crust.
Yeah.
There's also Drift King ramen.
Let's look at Drift King ramen. What is that about?
Before.
Yeah. That's a good choice. Good pick.
So here's the picture. It looks beautiful.
Looks good. Looks really good. Do they start with fake ramen, or are they making ramen from scratch?
On the streets of Tokyo, the Drift King runs the racing scene, but ramen rules the restaurant world. You can't walk a city block without passing a ramen joint, or a racer in a souped-up car. Active time 20 minutes, total time 50 minutes, serves 4. There's about 20 ingredients. In a large pot, combine the vegetable broth, tamari, sesame oil, garlic paste.
So they are making it from scratch.
Garlic,
cool.
Fish sauce, dashi, miso, sriracha, and cinnamon.
Yep.
Whisk to combine, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
While the broth simmers, bring a medium pot of water to a boil, add eggs and cook. Blah, blah, blah. When the broth has simmered for 15 minutes, add the noodles and cook for 3 minutes. Drain the noodles through a strainer in a large bowl. Divide the noodles. Pour hot broth. Cut the eggs. Top the bowl with mushrooms, carrots, jalapenos, corn, and peas. Garnish with scallions, chili paste, sesame seeds, and nori. Serve immediately.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, the book is beautiful. Like, I don't know if the recipes are good. I'm sure,
It's fun. They're using the Fast and Furious font. I see. Like, they themed it up nicely, so that's cool.
So here's the tuna sando.
That has a lot going on, dude. That does not look like what Brian wants.
Starts with a guy, a girl, and a tuna sandwich. A few tuna sandwiches, actually. Brian came by daily, ordering one just for the chance to see Mia. Back in the day, it was, in Mia's words, crappy. Vince wasn't kidding when he said no one liked the tuna there. Still, Brian kept ordering it anyway. Over the years, they've tweaked the recipe to get it dialed in, so it's every bit the sando that sandwich lovers will come back and order every single day. Just remember, no crust. Talks about how to make the tuna. Then you top 4 slices of bread with leaf of iceberg lettuce, blah, blah, blah. They also have potato chips, Simple Life potato chips for a great lunch.
Oh, nice, nice.
That's cool.
That is cool. That's a cool book. I need to buy one of those. I'll put it on my...
It's like $15. It was like cheap.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool to have just around.
Yeah. I think that's all the news that I have. Like I said, if Red 1 can't be out, we have a backup, but hopefully. I want to see it. I don't want to see it, but I want to see it,
That's an at-home movie, yeah. Uh-huh. We need to watch it at home one day, just like afternoon. Interesting.
Joe, are you ready to run the VIN?
Please. I've been ready to run the VIN for days.
So we got 5 VINs in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't know if any have been edited. I have not been tracking. First up, a long one, posted November 8th. Black and white photo of him in the voice booth. American Valor. It was such an honor to be asked to narrate for American Valor in anticipation of Veterans Day.
What is American Valor?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different stuff. None of them are from this year. Don't know.
Okay.
So many thoughts, ... The first film I was ever paid for as an actor, who started at 7 years old, was Saving Private Ryan.
What is that? What is that? Who started at 7 years old?
I don't know. Not edited though, so this is off the rip.
It seems like he's trying to say at 7 years old he was in Saving Private Ryan, and that was not true.
As an actor, started at 7 years old, but like it's a misplaced. It's like a hanging clause. It's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
I was so proud to be a part of the retelling of World War II from none other than Steven Spielberg. Funny
Name
story.
Drop. ...
Oh, just wait. Early this year, as we were celebrating another good friend, Chris Nolan. ... I was talking to Family First, Brian Roberts, when Steven, not Spielberg, Steven, came across the room yelling, quote, "Vinny, my godson, I am
my God.
sorry for killing Carpazzo off so early. And to make it up to you, I will co-direct Hannibal."
Okay.
How can you not love someone who started my career and wants to help me realize a lifelong dream of directing Hannibal Barca? I want to say to the veterans of our world, I appreciate you, I applaud you, and I am grateful for the true heroism you have shown to keep our beautiful country alive.
What?
You soldiers are the true heroes. Co-direct with Steven, ... Happy Veterans Day weekend.
I think that Vin believes that conversation went that way. Also, I think that the name dropping of Christopher Nolan might be a shot at The Rock based on us just reading that other GQ article.
Maybe.
Of him being like, this is where Chris sits. And he's like, I fucking know Christopher Nolan too, dumbass.
I think that GQ thing came out after this, but maybe. I mean, Vin,
he would have heard rumors,
sure.
Right? Like, he would have known.
Next picture, edited.
Oh, okay.
As we celebrated Meadow's birthday this week, ... Seeing the love between them all, ... As Pauline read her card aloud for Meadow, ... What a beautiful moment, ...
Isn't that supposed to go the other? I obviously think it's very cute that Vin has adopted Meadow Walker, and it seems genuine, and that's awesome. Aren't you supposed to read your own birthday card out loud? Because his daughter is reading the birthday card that that she's giving to Meadow. But I guess if children are involved, you let them do whatever they want. So that feels like the wrong way to do it.
So that's Meadow on the right.
Yes.
And his daughter, Pauline, Vin's daughter, Pauline, named after Paul Walker.
Yes.
It was weird. I heard what you said, and I was just sort of repeating or framing it in a way that tried to make more sense, and I can't make more sense. But yeah, here's the card I got for you, but don't open it. Let me open it. Let me read it to you.
Yes. So, interesting, but cute. But then again, I was like, look, it's kids, right? So she's like, I want to read this card to you. And you're like, okay, you are pretty early in reading. If you're excited to read it to me, awesome. That's fine.
Next email, or next Vin. Theo, ... Don't know who Theo is.
Yeah, I was going to ask, okay?
It's just a picture of him in a suit. Of Vin in a suit. I've read a lot of scripts lately, ... This script is pure fire. Blessed and grateful, ...
Who is Theo?
So what movies is he in upcoming that he's reading the script of written by someone named Theo? Not Riddick Furia, written by David Toohey, Jim Wheat, Ken Wheat. Not Triple X 4, written by Derek Haas.
No.
Not Muscle, written by Wesley Jermaine Johnson, Malcolm Spellman, and John Swetnam.
Nope.
Not Fast 10, written by Christina Hodson and Oren Uziel. Those are two names I do not recognize, but I'm sure that we know them, but...
Sure.
And not Arc 2, Parallel Barking Dinosaurs, that does not have a writer. Who is Theo, and what script are you reading?
This could also be a Vin Dieseling in the sense that he calls him Theo, but his name is not Theo.
Anybody in the comments? Somebody just says Riddick. No, don't know. Who knows?
No, who knows? He has a lot of scripts. They're all fire, though.
Next picture of Vin in black and white in a, looks like a kind of like a suit jacket, almost made of like sweatshirt material, kind of.
I was going to say the same thing. It looks comfy. Yeah, it looks like a very comfy sport coat.
Lucky kid from New York, ... 4 dots.
That's it. Yeah, that's all of that one. And here's what we got to.
Here's the last one.
That we were already talking about, yes.
The picture that Rocket posted on Twitter, it's shooting. There's the Charger. There's the Pontiac.
Yeah.
The best thing about filming practical exteriors this morning, ... is all the beautiful memories of shooting the very first Fast. Stay inspired. Have a creative, ...
Okay, practical exteriors. So they're working on Fast 11.
Uh-huh.
Vin isn't, like, necessarily there. They could just be shooting, like, B-reel or whatever, right?
I don't know. There's also a chance that this is just, like, the first movie. I don't think it is.
No. These cars are not recognizable. That's what I'm saying. And he said the best thing about filming practical exteriors this morning...
But he's talking about the memories of shooting the very first Fast. So, like, it could be, like, a shot from the first Fast movie. I don't think it is.
It doesn't... No. It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
But, like, why are you shooting exteriors in a movie that, like, doesn't have a script? You know? Like, nothing really makes sense.
But I think that, like, for the Fast and the Furious movies, you could probably shoot, like, a few hours of just cars driving around.
I don't think you're going to have money, though. Like, it's not like Universal's like, oh, yeah, you don't have a screenplay? Here's just some money to, like, fuck around and shoot some cars.
Fair. Absolutely fair. But, like, what else? How else do you explain that, bud?
I don't know. I don't think it's a real shot. I think it's just, like, a picture of cars from, like, a maybe from Fast 10. That he just had, like, a production still.
But then why is he talking about shooting exteriors now? Or are you thinking he's like, this is my memory? Because this is what we were kind of arguing about.
I think what he's saying is that, like, he's doing something. Although I don't think he's doing... Because, like, 2 weeks ago, Jordan Iveson was like, I haven't seen the script.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Good job.
So I think they're maybe doing something, but he's just like, man, I remember the first Fast, but then I'm showing a picture of the 10th Fast.
And I'm shooting exteriors for Furiosa.
Don't know.
Or Furia, whatever, right? You know, like, he could be shooting exteriors for Riddick and just being like, I remembered this picture. I don't know. It's not very clear. I still don't have a definitive answer.
That's the last Vin, though, we ran. We ran all the Vins.
Ran all the Vins.
Joe, is Dwayne Johnson Interpol?
No.
Okay.
He's making Red 1. He's peeing in bottles, Joey.
Uh-huh.
And definitely not ever being late.
No, never.
Or on cocaine, according to Chris Pine. Or Chris Evans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe, we have a Patreon page, toofast2forever.com. Shout out to Nick Burris, Alex Ellen, and Justin Kleiman, Brian Rodriguez of High School Slumber Party, Wes Hampton, Jerry Robinson, Dan the Duke, Hayden, Renato Di Donato, Michael McGann, Lane Middleton, Lindsay Lewandowski, Nate Milton of the Kings of Sports, Jason Rainey, Tom Price, Mike Gallagher, Josh Buckley of Whole Lotta Wolves, Michael Moser, Christian Larson, Tara Newone, Aaron Willows, and Natalie Absolute, Randy Carter, Josh Goularm, Alex Walsh, and Jessica Collins, a.k.a. Montez. Thank you all for supporting the $5 a month level or above. If you want your name on that list, go to toofast2forever.com. You get access to the minute document we were talking about before. You get access to bonus episodes. On Monday, these guys are going to get a bonus episode about Streets of Fire, and then we're going to kick off our Lap 15 bonus episodes every 2 weeks or so. Lots of things at toofast2forever.com. Handwritten notes, stickers, undying love and affection.
Oh, yeah.
All of that. Or you send an email, family@cageclub.me. And Joe, we've got a handful of different things. 2 more sales of a George Pickens
shirt. Yeah, he's having a good couple weeks. I'll talk about it.
It feels so weird that people are just like, man, he's doing good. I want this shirt.
The Fast and the Furious one. That picture has been going around lately too, by the way. Okay. It came back up like recently.
So there was during the first Trump presidency, there was this thing going around on Twitter about, like, I don't know, like a list of people that, like, something or other, like people that, like, liberals are supposed to hate or whatever. And there's a podcast I listen to called Lecture Hall that's hosted by Dylan Galula, who's an actress, and Brothy Gupta, who now writes for The Simpsons. And Brothy took a picture of Dylan and put her picture on this thing of, like, it's like Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway or whatever and Dylan.
Yes.
It was like, these are the people that we need, whatever. And then Ava DuVernay, who's, like, a really acclaimed film director, like, quote tweeted what she did not realize was, like, a joke tweet. And it was just like, these are the people we need to worry about or whatever. And so, like, eventually she deleted it when she realized, oh, this isn't, like, there's just somebody on, like, a joke.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if, like, sometime, somehow, somewhere, someone who thinks, like, that was the original picture, it's just like, oh, this is George Pickens, like, watching Fast Five. Like, I could see, like, accidentally, or, like, not even, like, mentioning that, but just, like, here's a George Pickens picture, and, like, they just find that one.
Yeah, and they're just like, I want George Pickens t-shirt, and they just, like, see that one, and they're like, yep, that was it. Like, that was the picture.
Yeah. So, like, I'm just thinking, like, not that, like, anybody would know it's us, but it could just be out there, because, like, it's the shot, it's just a different thing on the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Either way, sold 2 more. Good job, guys.
Joe, we got another comment on 2-Lane Blacktop.
Oh, good. Yes. Hit me with it.
From Ronald Butler, 9687.
9687.
So it could be September 6th, 1987. Like, you know, my age, basically, a little bit older than me.
Okay, let's judge it based on the comment.
This movie is great if you don't have to waste your time listening to these guys.
What?
Don't know.
Okay. Thanks, Ronald.
Mm-hmm. 2 comments on past episodes from Randy Carter. Commented on the last Fastlane. I also clocked the Oro Valley sign, which is why I created that Tucson establishing shot for the supercut. Like, in the bottom left, he just has Tucson.
Ah, very cool. Yes. Excellent. Good job, Randy. You're the best, dude.
And he also says, about, well, actually, no, I'm going to save this for Wednesday's episode.
Okay.
It's a Patreon comment. It's behind the paywall.
So you don't get it here, you bums.
That's all the emails for today, but there's an email and there's a comment I'm going to save for the Daylight episode. So if you want to know what I'm teasing, and it's also, hint, very good.
Oh, wow, really? Okay.
Join the Patreon. Even $1 a month gets you in the door, but it's very good.
Okay, I'm about it. Nice.
Just saying.
Okay.
You'll find out Wednesday. Everyone's
I don't
in
know.
a couple weeks.
Yeah. Cool.
But email and family at Cage Club, we'll read in 2 weeks. Also, leave us a review if you want at Apple Podcasts or whatever. I don't know if you can leave a review on Spotify, but if you can, do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Joe, extracurricular activities. What have you been up to in the last week and a half, 2 weeks? A normal amount of stuff, a normal amount of time to recap.
Yes. I haven't been up to too much, to be honest. We've been trying to lay low a little bit. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving coming up soon. But we've just been watching Before the 90 Day and 90 Day the Other Way. Mm-hmm. Both are pretty chaotic. Mm-hmm. They're going about as swell as you can imagine. So I've been watching that. I made Rachel rewatch Deep Blue Sea with me the other night because she didn't get to watch it when we watched it for the podcast.
Deepest Bluest. She was a huge fan, so that was a giant success. What else? We watched a ton of like spooky movies. I don't think we ever talked about The Substance, right? No, Rachel texted me. She's like, did Joe tell you that we watched The Substance? I was like, nope. She's like, we loved it. I was like, yeah.
The Substance was awesome.
Yep.
Highly recommended.
Did you see the water bottle I'm drinking out of?
No, I didn't. What is it? Oh, is it The Substance?
It's a super yaki. It just says Activator.
Ah,
remember,
that's very cool. That's really cool. It was a lot of Naked Demi Moore.
Yeah.
A lot more than I expected.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, she's also like naked in striptease. Like she's been naked in movies for a while, but I mean, the whole movie's about it.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of Naked Demi Moore, though, right? Like, and not like I was explaining this to one of the students. I was like, "There's a lot of Naked Demi Moore, but like, it's not really sexual. It's just naked."
There's a couple very sexual scenes, and they're all of Margaret Qualley. And then even like a lot of her nudity is just like, oh, this is not sexy. Like this is just like
it's just naked.
Yeah,
it's just naked,
or like uncomfortable, or sad, or whatever.
I mean, I think that's like just like the tone of the, but like the nakedness is just naked for the most part.
It's a female director. That's what you get when you know someone who actually knows how to shoot the female body and like knows how to like tell a story. I was telling Rachel you guys should watch Revenge, which is a French movie, hyper
That's
violence.
What she said.
It's great.
I was laughing because I was telling the students that this is it was a movie, it's good, and it's a lot of Demi Moore naked, and they like huffed, and I was like, the director was a female. Mm-hmm. This wasn't just a guy that wanted to see Demi Moore naked. Yeah. So you morons, because they're always looking for things to be grumpy about.
Trying to cancel you.
Yeah, all the time. Like they just immediately revert to like this is an affront against something.
Although now in today's America, we're allowed to see naked women. It's encouraged.
Yeah. We could have grabbed her if we wanted.
Mm-hmm. They want you to do it.
Yeah. Fuck. Goddamn.
Get ready for another 4 years of that.
Yeah. I've already. Yep. Yeah.
What else? Substance. 90 Day.
Substance. 90 Day. The Penguins fucking suck, dude. They're miserable to watch. I like watch them on the side TV because like I can't even watch them with audio this year. It's bad. They lose a bunch of games. So it is officially purely for both you and I football season, my friend.
Yes.
I've been watching a ton of football, mostly the Steelers, and they're making me super happy so far. So, remember this when they do something really bad soon. But as of right now, I'm very, very happy with them and, planning my trip to New Orleans so you and I can go together. And
it's going to be the Lions. It's not going to be the Vikings. Like, I was like, oh, the Vikings won, but they didn't look very good. Margaret's like, well, they keep winning. Why are they not good? I'm like, it's a whole thing.
If you watch enough football, you can see when you're like, this team keeps winning, but they're not very good. you have that feeling, and you're like, but they keep winning, and like, yes,
like they're going to be like 13-4, and they're going to lose like the first game. Like it's just like okay,
yeah,
or the second game, right? Like it's just
yeah. As for the Steelers, although they keep winning, I think that they're doing pretty good, and by my eyes, they look pretty good. And Joey, to counter that, as I tell everyone, you don't get extra points for pretty wins. Good teams win. And the only thing that matters in the stats book is the W. So,
Look, if Sam Darnold didn't turn the ball over, I would be much happier because the defense is crazy. obviously the skills players on offense are really good. The offensive line has a couple injuries, but like it's pretty good. It's just that Sam Darnold has like 15 turnovers.
Yeah, that's going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems like he does like good for a couple games and has like 5 interceptions. Then he'll be like okay for a couple games.
Well, the Vikings went 5-0 and then 0-2 and then 3-0, and they're probably theoretically going to beat the Bears. Although by the time this hits the main feed, they will have played the Bears already. But like they should theoretically beat the Bears this weekend, so they'll have to go 5-0, 0-2, 4-0. Just like
yeah, cycles. Mm-hmm. It happens. That's all I've been up to. Nothing crazy. How about you, bud?
I've not done a lot. We haven't really gone anywhere. Like I was saying to Margaret that like every, on the first day of every month, I put up an Instagram photo dump of like what I did the month before. And like we put up an engagement post after that happened, but I'm like, I haven't done anything. Like I don't have any other pictures. She's like, you put up more engagement. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to, but like I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't really done anything. So I will say what I want to talk about.
Please.
Actually, I also want to see if there's any movies that I've seen recently. I haven't like been to theaters. We're going to see something tomorrow, but there is a new video game that I've been playing that came out in September, I believe, called UFO 50, which was made by a bunch of different people, but including Derek Yu, who made Spelunky and Spelunky 2. And it's literally 50 games in one. And it creates this alternate reality where, like, what if in the 80s there was this other video game console where, like, a company just made a console and made a bunch of games? Like, there's, like, this alternate reality timeline, whatever. And they're all, like, they're all sort of reminiscent of like Super Nintendo, NES, Super Nintendo sort of style games, but they're also sort of more modernized. And there's a podcast I listen to that used to just be a Spelunky podcast, and now it's just about like game development in general. But that show releases every 2 weeks, but now they're doing an episode every week, and every week for a year they're doing a different game. So it's kind of like a book club where it's like on Friday they're talking about this game, so you play it for a week, and then they talk about it.
They beat whatever like cartridge that week, and then that's cool. Good on them. Good for pivoting too.
50 games, guys. And I've only played like 8 or 9 of them because like I'm just playing along with them. But like you can see, like here's like the Steam. Also, this is a Steam Deck. Like this is like the handheld.
Oh, that's cool.
And like I bought it. I'm like I'll use it for something. And then like this, like I just been like it was worth it for UFO 50 alone. But like you can see like the top. So like at the top, like all the ones that are like colored in are ones that I've played. Everything that's like in blue I have not opened yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then there's like different like win conditions. Like blue means I've not beaten it. Gold means I beat it. And then like this, what they like the red one, what they call cherry, is like you beat it like in a harder way. So like I've beaten 3 or 4 of the games and I cherried one. And I'm close in a couple others, but it's so cool. Like it's so good and so interesting. Like they're not all great, but also like you kind of don't want 50 perfect game. Like you kind of just want like a smattering of like, from what I understand so far, there's like different, like there's like fake people who like in the world who have made these games, but each of these fake people I think correlates to like a real person. So like there's like this Jerry Smolsky guy or whatever, but like, he might be Derek Yu or whatever.
Yeah. And he made like 6 of these games, and it's like credited to some pseudonym that is all credited to the same guy.
But there's a whole like lore really thing. Yep.
Oh,
but
that's
like
cool.
It's also cool because there's like these rivalries. They're just like there are games where there's also this thing called like the terminal where you can put in like these 8-letter codes that all unlock other things. And there was like one game, but there's like Ben's mode or whatever, where it's like just a different rule set for the game. It's like, oh, there's just this guy named Ben who was like also working on the game or whatever. And
he's like, you fucked it up. This is my version.
Yeah, exactly. And so like
director's cut.
Yeah. So like there's a whole like alternate reality. So it's very cool. It's also this kind of game where it's just like you could basically play it forever. Like Spelunky you can beat in 4 minutes. If you want to, but like you'd also just play it forever because it's like endlessly replayable. And this is like also the same thing. So like it's just crazy. It's like $25. There's 50 games. I've played 8 or 9. It's crazy. So
that's awesome. Very cool. Good share. That's fun.
Have I watched any movies of note recently? I watched this great movie called Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Ooh.
Yeah.
I did watch, speaking of Brian Rodriguez of High School Slumber Party earlier, I watched One from the Heart, which is a Francis Ford Coppola movie that, like all of his other movies, he recut. This is a movie they put out in 1982 that it was kind of like Megalopolis before Megalopolis. Like it was a movie that like he like went crazy ambitious on, and people were just like, this is not good. Like he, instead of like it's set in Las Vegas, but instead of shooting in Las Vegas, he like built Las Vegas on a set somewhere. So it was like
fun.
Just like
that's always good.
There's like Las Vegas Boulevard, and there's like a street. And there's like all this like crazy expensive, like it's really beautiful to look at. But it's also like you could have just saved a lot of money and just shot in Vegas or whatever. But he recut it as the reprise, and so it was pretty good. So Brian and Mike covered the original cut either earlier this year or last year, but they have not watched the reprise yet. They're saving it for after Megalopolis. So it's cool. It's out there. Like they put this out on Blu-ray and 4K and stuff like that. So it's out there. But yeah. Oh, also, the other recommendation on YouTube, Rap World. So there's this guy, Conor O'Malley, who is in the Joe Pera sphere.
Okay.
He plays Joe Pera's neighbor in Joe Pera Talks to You. Talks with you. But Conor O'Malley is just a stand-up comedian. He had a thing on YouTube either this year or last year called Stand-Up Solutions, which was amazing. And this is a 55-minute long thing. It's him and 3 friends deciding one night they're going to make a rap album. And it's set in 2009, and it's just them, like, going to make a rap album. And just, like, them following this, like, it's like a self-made documentary. And, like, all you need to know about, like, the framing of this, and they're like, why is it set in 2009? I want to make sure I get the exact quote, because it's so good. Hold on.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about the period piece element. This is an interview on Vulture. Why specifically 2009, and how did it start opening up other ideas? I haven't seen a brimmed beanie in a while. Conor O'Malley says, we said in 2009 because we wanted to be able to talk about and reference The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's movie. Because in the short, we referenced Dark Knight a lot, but it was 2003, we're like, this is bad. It's a huge mistake. We can't make it again. And they say, how many Dark Knight references are in the movie? I can't remember any. And Conor says, none. And then another guy in the movie says, 0. But you can tell the guys have seen it. There's something about 2009. It's just like, we said in 2009 because like these guys have seen The Dark Knight, and you can tell that they've seen The Dark Knight, but they don't talk about it. Just like, okay.
Okay.
It's so good, though. I loved it.
Okay.
On YouTube.
What's it called? What's it called? Rap World?
Rap World.
Okay.
But yeah, Conor O'Malley, like there's a whole bunch of people in the Joe's, because like Joe Pera's got a certain delivery and certain demeanor. Like this is not that at all, but like it's the same kind of like weird alt comedy. But there's like Joe Pera, and there's Conor O'Malley, and Dan Licata, and Carmen Christopher. Like there's all these guys who are just like different weird approaches to the same sort of thing that all kind of work with each other, but also are so radically different. But yeah, Rap World's great. Go check it out.
That's really cool. Sounds fun.
And I think that's basically it. Got some stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, I think. Well, Thanksgiving's also in the next couple of weeks, so that's good.
Exactly.
Also doing a thing on Friday for Lottery Pod, which I'll talk about next time, but I think that's about it. Anything else to say in this episode?
Have a good Thanksgiving. Is this coming out before Thanksgiving? Have a good Thanksgiving, guys.
Comes out the week of Thanksgiving on the main feed.
I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday. I hope you guys all have a really nice Thanksgiving and eat a lot of foodses.
Very well said, except for that last word. I don't know what that was.
The plural food.
Okay. Our next episode is Too Fast, Too Furious. Between now and then, patrons will get Streets of Fire, our final Lap 14 bonus episode, before I go to Lap 15. Kick that off in a couple of weeks. But next week, Too Fast, Too Furious. And then after that is another Fast Lane. So get those emails in, family@cageclub.me. But thank you all for listening in. For all things Too Fast, Too Forever, go to cageclub.me, facebook.com/TooFastTooForever, or @TooFastTooForever on all the socials. Email us, family@cageclub.me. Check out our Patreon page at TooFastTooForever.com, and our store at cageclub.me/shop. And come back next week for Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe, too.
And we will tell you all about it
when we see you again.